Hi, poopsies. Thank you for joining me for this pick a card tarot reading on what spooks you the most. What is your greatest fear? I thought this would be a great idea for October Halloween theme. So thought I'd do something different than the lovey-dovey stuff, the gentle PG stuff. So shout out to Inez, Roisin, Tamara. Thank you guys so much for booking 30-minute or longer on TonyBomboni.com. If you book 30-minute or hour-long readings or healings or custom ASMR video content with me, I'll shout your first name out in the beginning of a video, unless you say otherwise. And I just wanted to quickly emphasize how important it is that you do book my services, because I can't continue this operation without your support on there, period. I just can't. So I definitely need your support now more than ever. So I do appreciate you for booking a tarot reading with me. Give it a shot if you've never done it before. I offer 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1-hour long readings. And it's very straightforward. You just click the book online tab when you go to my website and click the link in the description. And then you click whatever tarot card reading you'd like, then fill out the form. And that's that. It's pretty straightforward. So, thank you to everyone who's been booking, and I hope to reach more people soon. But yes, I do emphasize it is very important to help run this channel. I cannot continue making videos. I'd have to close this whole operation if I don't get support on there. I just can't do it, period. So that's how much it means to receive that support. I do need those 30-minute bookings. One 30-minute booking per day is pretty much almost just enough to help fund and support this channel, just to keep the lights on, so to speak, just to keep going, barely at that, but it's just barely enough, amongst other things. So, yeah, I think clarity is very important, and just so you know how things work on here, as long as there's people constantly booking, I'm constantly able to do this and to be able to afford to even get stuff for videos, that adds up and gets very costly. So yeah, so thank you very much for that. So thank you for allowing me to share my gift with you and to do the work, and for believing in me, and thank you for allowing me to help you through whatever issues you're going through. Any personal problems you may be facing, I'm always going to be there for you, okay, to do this. Just make sure you sign up for the newsletter, and that's also very important, where I offer special discounts and deals from time to time, especially around the holidays. So, okay, I just wanted to emphasize that and do that housekeeping first, get that out the way, and make sure that you guys knew the importance of my website, because it really is important. I can't do this without that. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and pick one card, 2 card, or card 3, right? So card 1 is going to be this blue candle. Let's begin fearlessly tapping into our fears today. And I'm not just going to point out your fears, I'm also going to go into what you can do about them. So card 2 is this amethyst angel. Okay, if that draws you in. And card 3 is this treasure chest of crystal goodies. Crystal treasure chest. That happens to draw you in. So card 1, the candle. Card 2, the amethyst crystal. And card 3, the treasure chest. So use your intuition and trust what the messages are trying to tell you. So what's your greatest fear? Card 1. Let's ask the cards. I'm using the Change Tarot today by Jessica Dorr, and the cards say the King of Swords, the Hermit, and the Fool. Okay? King of Swords, Hermit, and Fool. So your greatest fear is to be alone. Your greatest fear is to be lost, confused on your own without any help, and any guidance, any love, any support. To just be single, to be alone, right? Without a lover. To have to face things on your own, to even go places by yourself. For a lot of you, okay? So whatever resonates with you and clicks with you, okay? Your greatest fear, some of you, is of heights, okay? Being at a high point and feeling like you'll fall or lose control, right? Your greatest fear is starting over. Your greatest fear is big change and moving on, right? Having to, move far away from home. Your greatest fear, some of you, is also looking within yourself and pinpointing that hurt and pain you've been carrying with you all along. You're afraid of how you feel. Some of you are afraid of looking back in your past as well, and the dark moments that have come with those times. You're afraid of success, some of you. Some of you are. So there's a lot of fears I'm seeing here. You're afraid of what that will look like. To truly be on top of your game, so to speak. Some of you are also afraid of traveling too far away from home. I do apologize for that. Inconsiderate driver. But yeah, a lot of you are, I guess, in that fear. There's a heavy fear. How can we resolve this fear? I was going to pull cards on how you can figure this out, but I guess I have to pull cards on just how to resolve fear in general. Why you are so afraid of so many things. It's so you can grow stronger, of course. Strength, 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands. It's so that you can know what's in your lane, right? Some of you are a little cat, but you think you're a lion. Does that make sense? You forget your size. You forget how sensitive and fragile and frail you are, in a good way, okay? You forget that you're not born to be this megalithic structure. You're born to be this tiny plant. And be all cutesy and, just be, right? Just exist. You're not meant to do great, incredible, amazing things. You don't have to. You just being you is incredible and great and amazing in itself alone. That's worth more than millions of dollars. So you already are, successful at what you do. Just being you. Just who you are, your identity, your ID, right? Some of you are pushing away that lover. I think a lot of issues starts from just that fear. There's someone, you are definitely loved and deserving of love. It's just, you're not letting someone draw closer to you or be more interested into you because you constantly, and through your actions, through fear, when we remove that fear, a lot of our actions make sense. Why we sabotage, why we push people away, why we do what we do, right? So I feel like you just have to realize you may be tiny, some of you, but not to be underestimated, you may feel small. You may not feel like a big deal or a big success. That's what I mean by tiny. It doesn't just mean physical stature or height, you know what I'm saying? But you just feel like it's never enough. Look, there's always going to be someone richer than you, taller than you, faster than you, whatever, better looking. You cannot compare yourself to anyone but who you were yesterday, okay? Makes sense? So just remember that, take that with you, and that there's nothing to fear. We're all on different journeys here and different levels of life. I see so many people on different stages and avenues. living in different zip codes. Like, we're all different. We come from different socioeconomic status and upbringing, and so you cannot judge yourself and how is it even possible for you to compare yourself to that person who lived a totally different life than you? Does that make sense? So you cannot look at things that way any longer. You have to let go of that fear that you're not enough. You are enough, and you are just wonderful the way you are. Okay? So that's my advice for card 1. If that really resonates with you, please book me a reading, TonyBomboni.com. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm sitting here doing nothing all day. I need to do work. I need to do something, Let me help you with that time, okay? I'm telling you, like, people, when they get readings, they always tell me time and time again, months later, so much came true. And then I get that very often. And then, how much in such a short period of time that reading helped them work through issues way faster than they did on their own, So let's get to the root cause of things. Let's figure this out together, Or if you just want a general reading, that's fine as well. Okay. I emphasize, I do need that daily support. Like, people think like, once a year is enough. Once a month, I mean, if you are just, look, let me tell you this. If you like my work, yes, once a month, twice a month, that's a good amount to support, I would say. But I need more people doing that. You see what I'm saying? Because once a year, if I hear from you once a year, that's a long time, and a lot happens in that time. I definitely would like to reach more people and hear from people more often and do more readings, So, yeah, I'm always here. I'm always available. I don't want anyone to ever think I'm not available or I'm too busy for them. That's not true. So, yeah, I definitely like to get my readings done within a day or two. At most. Sometimes I get it done within a few hours. So, what's your greatest fear? I don't know why I did that. Why did I do that? Hey, I guess I'll flow with it. Maybe it's part of the reading. See, I wasn't even thinking. This is actually card 2. Pile 2 is this amethyst angel. But I shuffled cards. That's funny, right? Okay, well, we can start with these cards. Page of Wands. The Hierophant, and the 7 of Cups. So I would say to you that some of you, your greatest fear is running out of options. Some of you, you're getting more anxiety, fear, having too many options, too many things you're focused on, too many things you're dwelling on. Okay. Some of you, your greatest fear is speeches, presentations, standing in front of a crowd, an audience, and singing, talking, whatever. Performance anxiety. There's a lot of anxiety here. And when it comes to too many things, like, you can have a menu of options and you're overwhelmed by how many choices you have to make, right? I always forget to mention this. You can request your custom readings to be in ASMR, okay? Just saying. Okay, a heads up. So, yes. Some of you are definitely worried about your appearance and that you don't look good enough or presentable enough. Some of you are in like the arts or dance or something like that, theatrics, and you don't think you have what it takes. Like, you're on auditions and you just feel like you're not good enough. And you're comparing yourself to how others look and how beautiful they are. But are they really, or do they just have 10 pounds of makeup? I mean, I'm just being honest, right? Don't compare, right? I was saying a lot of that in the last reading too. Comparison definitely kills. So, yeah. Some of you are afraid of even judgment from others, that like you're too out there, too head in the clouds. You're afraid of like dreaming big because you think it's crazy or too big, or people will think you're delulu, delusional. So some of you are afraid to just be yourself and who you are, and as artsy and creative and crazy as you are, right? So there's a lot of fear here. So let's see what else we need to see based on this reading about fears. So we're having the Five of Wands, the High Priestess, Five of Pentacles. There's a fear of lack of money, resources, fear of like even your relationship being over. There's a fear for some of you of true healing, true empowerment, true enlightenment, true freedom. You know, what does it look like if I actually am happy and at peace? You're afraid because you haven't had that normalcy in a long time in your life. And now that you actually have it or are attaining it or about to attain it, you're scared of what that looks like. You're scared of not having drama, negativity, or a problem in your life, because that may have given you a reason to keep getting out of bed in the morning to try to fix a problem. You know, you have to know yourself when you have no issues and when you have issues, right? You know how you test how you really are happy? Live your life without issues, and then live your life with issues. Are you happy regardless? Then you are truly happy, right? Some of you are afraid of confrontation. You fear confrontation. You're afraid that you're going to constantly end up in like fights and bickering with people. And just like the damage that is caused by having a confrontative, or what I should say is argumentative confrontation, right? Verbal assault thrown back forth at each other. And that could be like in a relationship, right? Not having peace. You're afraid of a relationship ending up toxic like it once was. You're afraid to fall in love because of that. And there's a lot of fear binding you, okay? So what's one card that can kind of help tidy this up a bit? Why are you afraid of yourself so much? Right? You're not. Why are you afraid of people so much, though? What is it about people that fear you when you are people as well, right? You are capable of damage as well. You are capable of hurting someone else unintentionally as well. So why are you so afraid of the happy, smiley, positive, abundant you, right? Like, what's stopping you from being that best version of yourself? Is it because you're afraid people are going to push you away instead, and the tables will turn and you're no longer going to have people to talk to? You'll end up alone because then others can't relate to you and your happiness and success, right? I think deep down you're afraid of losing those people, those loved ones. And then we have to ask ourselves, are they really loved ones, right? Well, you'll know if they are or not if they stay around no matter what, right? So you have to focus on you. The message is you have to make yourself the priority. You know, continue to try in your interactions with people, but, you know, also at the same breath, just realize that you're you, you know. You can't change who you are right off the bat. You're always going to carry around the same you. That doesn't change. Even if your life and circumstances change, you know, you yourself don't change with it. You come with a specific blueprint in this life. You just feel like you changed because your life changed. Doesn't mean you changed. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. You more adjust. I think the right term is adjust to how life is. So adjust accordingly, right? Cope accordingly to how life transitions. I think that will remove all the fear, knowing that it just, why are we fearing? You know, what is so fearful about someone else? I think we just have to ask ourselves that question. Okay, so again, further clarity, TonyBomboni.com, if this really resonates with you. If it does, book a reading, you know? I'm always here. 8 of Swords, 4 of Cups, and the Devil. So if you pick card 3, final card, the Treasure Chest. You're afraid of being stuck. You're afraid of being all by yourself and stuck in your situation. You're afraid of fear itself, the darkest moments, the creepy crawlies, you know? Just simply being destitute, going without, you know? Being out in the cold, in the freezing rain, right? Just stuck somewhere, locked away, you know? Just, you're afraid of, like, ever getting locked up anywhere, you know what I mean? In a car, in a basement, in a cell, you know? You just are afraid of being taken away. Like, some of you maybe are suppressing how you're acting or behaving around someone because you're afraid that they're going to lock you away for a bit. I'm being honest. Like, some of you are afraid of your own mind. You're afraid of insanity itself. You've seen someone deteriorate, lose their mental acuities, and you're afraid that's going to happen to you. It might be genetic. So you have perfectly valid reason to be afraid. Some of you fear that, like, Spirit's not reaching out to you enough either. Card 3. That, you know, the spirit world is not connecting with you. You feel like a blockage. You're afraid of that blockage as well. I think you being afraid of that blockage is causing the problem to begin with. Some of you might be even frustrated. Some of you might be afraid of that frustration, afraid of lashing out and losing your cool, being too angry, right? And what that looks like, how dangerous you look to others when you are pissed off, you know, and frustrated. Some of you are afraid of also losing your home, okay? Being unable to afford that mortgage anymore, or, you know, a partner leaves, or a roommate passes away, or something, whatever, something crazy, you know, like, you're just thinking of hypothetical scenarios, and, like, you're afraid of losing where you live. You're very attached to your things, your possessions, and that could cause a lot of fear as well, underlying fear. The Devil. So you're afraid of anything evil, and, you know, you don't like hearing about anything wrong that happened, anything bad, negative. I think you have overall good outlook on life. You just are afraid of, you know, maybe some of you are afraid of the devil himself, right? What damage he could possibly do in your life. I think you're afraid of that, like, oh, everything's been too good to be true lately. I think something bad's going to happen just around the corner. You're afraid of that, okay? And you fear the unknown things in general, mystery, being shrouded in mystery. You think, oh, you know, my partner's shady, he's doing something behind my back, and then it ends up a month later he was just planning a big surprise for you. And because you were so trapped in fear, you ruined the moment, the beautiful moment with that person. Some of you are so focused ahead on the future that you're not enjoying the present, because you're afraid of what that future will be when there's just now. So, any cards and advice? I'm releasing these fears. So we have Justice, the Chariot, the Knight of Pentacles. So I would say to you, my friends, to bring in more light in your life, be around influencing people, make decisions in that moment. Am I making a decision out of fear, or is this truly in alignment with, I really should be afraid of this and back away? You know, listen, how you truly listen to spirit sometimes is like, are they just warning me about something? Or are they reminding me of something I need to work on, right? And knowing the difference between the two. So that definitely can mean some advanced level stuff there in spirituality, but with time we all rehearse. But baby steps. Slowly getting out of this fear with baby steps. Overall, you don't let this, I see for a lot of you, you're not letting fear control your life, which is great. I think this is the most positive of all the cards. I feel like definitely for a lot of you also, your careers are very important to you. And your confidence, I think you have such a great, strong confidence, charisma, that aspect of you delves you away from this fear, you know, even though you still have your natural, innate human fears. Some of you, even to the point where you actually, like a rare few percent of you, don't actually genuinely feel that fear that much. And you have the power to, you know, take advantage of that, and you do it for good, thankfully. You don't take advantage of others, you know. Because unfortunately there's a lot of sad lost souls who don't feel fear much, and then they allow others to feel fear because they so badly want to feel fear. Deep down it's like because they can't relate to others, you know. So they're trying to pry that fear out of people as for like excitement or a thrill, you know, like a rush. But thankfully that's not you. You choose good here. And so for the rest, mass majority I'm talking to who does feel fear, I have a feeling it's like it's a healthy balance. You have healthy levels of it. And you just have to realize we all fear something, right? For the most part. So you're normal and you're okay. And I think you don't naturally feel fear unless you are in the moment of the fear itself, right? Like, unless something reminds you or relives that experience, you don't go about actively fearing things. So that's good. So I'm not so worried about card 3 and to give advice, but I would say I think everyone needs to hear these words today, and every beautiful card has beautiful messages for people. So again, TonyBomboni.com. Please book a reading. It really means a lot to me when you book. It makes me so happy to see that booking come through, and I jump right on as soon as I possibly can, ready to tackle the day with you. And there's no wrong day or time to book. You can book 24 hours 7 days a week. I will get to it within a day or two, sometimes a few hours, okay? Because like if I'm asleep in the 5 a.m, I'll get to it eventually, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you guys. I love you all so much, and I will see you soon. One final outcome card for everyone. The Star. We are all just coming from the stardust. What is there truly to fear? I think that's the final message I will leave there.